come for Zero? No, it won't. Sky, all the information in the world, Skies can really only come from one side. The player hops up bomb just to secure. Bomb diffused. Selim will take it. Faze 4-1, but no health soul for Zero.
Take a gander once the best play pops up. Asim did something over towards John, got more kills than he probably had any right to, so hopefully the best play shows that. But then again, he defused bomb, get a couple medals, and that's worth something as well. But we get to see what happened. Takes down Slacked, and then just so clean on the shot punch. The reaction time on point.
Grand Denzel's power just now, so hope R is not next.
That playmaker for Faze in that round. Faze 4-1 up. Himself starting to think about maybe some streaks. It's Zuma who's had a pretty poor search and destroy, 1-5, but I mean he'll take it. I'll have massive games every time you play. Sometimes you just gotta let your teammates carry you, especially if you're winning. Who the hell cares? There's now John wrapping back over towards A. Faze already full control of the site. That bomb is down. Zero, just being annoying at the back of the map. Bragg knew he was going to be that, but first blood for Faze.
I was going to say, if I'm Bragg, that's pissed me off.
Yeah.
He doesn't show anything, just hides in a corner.
Like, why are you there? Like, really? That's where you're going to sit? Yeah, that's the best part. You knew that's the type of player he is in search, so you say, well, hold on a minute. I've seen him play before. Sometimes he sits back here. Oh, yeah, there he is. Oh, and he's killed me.
See him having a little bit of fun on the main stage.
Is he clapping again?
It wasn't quite a clap.
No? Oh, okay.
Strange nonetheless. Either way, though, that was a very clean round from Faze. Obviously, the zero kill was annoying for Bragg, but his teammates put in some serious work right after that over towards the actual bomb site. We said, you know, Arsenal, bit of a must-win for Faze. I'll say, looking pretty good so far.
Looking very, very good. 5-1, and as you mentioned, the team still on a little bit of a streak. Zero wasn't able to get anything else. Scraps will fall bottom middle, not able to escape with his life. So an advantage for LG. Have to approach this one round at a time.
Of course, he has information on Bragg. Formula actually takes him down, so no streaks for Asim. And this is looking like no round for Faze. A 5v2 for LG as they just clean up and make very short work on their foes. Really just that first blood, that mid-map control. LG just locked down the entirety of it. Player tries to creep up in the window. Formal's got that covered. Scraps wants to be alive anywhere nearby. The entire team of LG has that covered.
As you said, one round at a time of your LG. Slowly but surely, can they claw their way back into game 2? They won the hard point, giving them the 1-0 advantage in the series. This would be a hell of a comeback. In your Faze, you have a lot of map points to play with. Well, it looks as if they're going to passively play over towards B, maybe try and force some rotations out, but Bragg spots the cross, has the information, and LG have a number of things they could do here to try and retake this site.
Keep on, Faze actually haven't crossed with bombs, so all the players that are near the site, I mean, it's just their guns. Asim's in a corner, but he's only got Asog players over top. Just take him down. He gets isolated. There is no bomb plant coming in, and now Faze falling one by one. LG looking pretty good on the round once again.
Zero, Scraps, and Zuma for Faze. Forced to track back a little bit, concede the B push. And with 30 seconds left, unless someone finds a miraculous double kill, force a 3v3, this round is looking like it is going to be over. I don't even think Scraps has enough time to push back over towards the B site. Still, Zero looking for a pick, as is Scraps. Round over, LG will take it. Chance, like I said, one round at a time.
Bit of a strange round from Faze there as well, right? I mean, it's the bomb guy that's like almost the farthest one pushed back watching the flank, and there's not really a rationale for that situation, right? There's not much you can entirely do.
There's a look at the best play. It was Skies. Zuma falls. I'll tell you, LG win one more round here. It's going to start getting very, very scary for Faze Clan.
At the same time, though, Faze does have a couple rounds they can
Still
afford to play with, but they have played with probably all they can afford to.
There's 2 rounds gone in the blink of an eye. We still have 3 more. Oh, 2 more. It's now 0. Watching the cross. Gets the information. Holds the corner, but Brack shuts him down. Teammate's not in a position to trade, and Zuma will also drop. It's now a 3v3, though. Scraps has found himself a double. Celium trapped in the corner, needs some help. Skies is weak, but Scraps is so occupied with players on the site, that help just can't come. Now a 2v1. All comes down to Brack. Bomb down, though. 35 seconds left for Brack to make the miracle play. Gets out with his life just barely. Both players in front of him. Brack's in the challenge. Scraps goes down. Celium challenges. Brack goes for the shot punch. Misses. Celium doesn't. Faze tie up the series. 1 map apiece.
Brack could have had a hell of a play. He was close. He was also close, but no cigar, no round or game win. Faze bounced back, and well, we talk about the map advantages through and through. We go to a gridlock control after this, where we have seen both teams on it, and both teams have looked fantastic.
We knew this winner semi was going to be close. Map 1 had its moments. LG take it. Map 2, Faze in control for the most part, but LG come a little bit back. Faze close it out. We're all tied 1-1. But here's a quick glance at what's been going on Bravo. It was 100 Thieves that took game 1. And then here a glance at their search and destroy Hacienda. 100 Thieves 5-4 up. Actually was close to some streaks, but first blood comes in from 100 Thieves.
Yeah, they get that first blood in Optic, they just have to dip out instantly. That's already a rough spot to be in, and you can see a couple players having decent games. I mean, Scump got 10 kills to his name. But considering this is the replay and it's 100 Thieves on match point, I have to imagine they're going to be able to convert the round where they get the first blood. You got players like Scump trying to make plays up in the top hallways, but with 100 Thieves group like that, what can you really do?
Well, as the round develops, Scump tries to put the bomb down. Talking about stats, it was Palm that had a slow game, 1-7. Dashi would have loved to have connected with a kill there. Put him one step closer towards the streaks. War Machine came out from Scump. That's just how well he played. Rattled it off mid-map. Time ticking, 30 seconds on the clock.
Didn't even get a hit marker, but just kept spamming it through, and then, well, Karma falls to 1-8. Scump finds the kill if he can, and it's actually worth pointing out, I mean, he was 25 off streaks. You get anything with the War Machine, you're probably good for the round, but connects with nothing, and, well, 100 Thieves, the old adage, they got the first blood, they won the round, and Octane is sleepy.
100 Thieves are 2-0 up. And looks stressed. I made the point earlier on, it's not been a fantastic event from his personal POV and his standard, and that's what's going on Bravo. Here on Alpha, Faze, LG, all tied up. 1 map apiece. We'll be back after this with map 3, control on gridlock. ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to CWL Miami. It's playoff time. Here is day 2 coming to an end. We've already sent plenty of teams home. Did that yesterday in the play-in bracket. Already a couple of teams in the playoff bracket starting to get knocked out as well. Chance, we didn't think there was going to be many upsets. Today has proved to be pretty much the opposite of that. There's been a fair share of them. And here's one of the big storylines. Optic Gaming versus 100 Thieves. Many people would have looked at the bracket and said, yep, you know, this is almost going to be a guaranteed winner's semi. But no, not the case. It's a losers round 2 match. Absolutely ridiculous. Of course, Faze LG. That's a game where both these two teams have looked so good. It's tied 1-1 on the main stage. We go over to a gridlock next. And honestly, Chance, these two teams are so hard to separate.
I mean, apparently from what Analyst is saying, right, he's expecting Faze to be really comfortable on this map. Apparently in scrims, they have just been handily beating teams on it. So gridlock control, they have been great. But of course, on the flip side, LG 6-2 in control with this roster. We've seen them on gridlock. They are a force in their own right.
Definitely a fantastic team. Is the gridlock underway already? One ticket progression in at A. A very fast tempo round from FaZe Clan. There's only been 1 kill so far. LG will concede A completely. Now it comes down to getting all the exit kills. 2 minutes 20 on the clock.
Yeah, you can see LG's game plan. As soon as Zuma gets the first blow, they're like, oh, no stopping that. Got to back out. Little bit too scary, but of course they were just going to set up the trap, which the trap is about as good as it gets. They're able to take a couple kills their direction. Sky's, of course, watching hold the wall. Formal's in the back. You got Brack spawn killing, and he's got Slack there for the help in the trade. So LG, you see the setup working pretty well.
And credit to Asim there. Gives away his life with a very creative grapple, but he does so that his teammates can get out of the spawn trap. You have a lot of time and a fair amount of lives will allow you to do just that. 25-23, 2 life advantage for LG. Zero checks his corners. Brack, though, still being annoying. He's dealt with. Now Faze at least have a chance to attack the zone.
And Formal just hyper-aggressive with that ICR. No fear sliding straight in. And is the ICR effectively paying for the Sogs in that situation after he finds the first kill? But they get the clearance. They stabilize just a little bit. They maintain that 5 life advantage. LG still in a fine spot, but a very long way to go. Faze, they're going to have maybe 3 more cracks trying to break through to this B point.
Time still plentiful. 1 minute 10 on the clock. Brack and Formal, though, still winning some fights and forcing Faze to spawn so far out. The kills just continuously being traded out by LG. What you have to do on the defensive side. Slides forward, another one to his name, making that a double. Poor Celium finally trades him out. Brack still defending from inside the zone. There was 7 life advantage now established for Luminosity.
And Formal again, he is just being so aggressive with the ICR. He comes off spawn, then he's back posted up to the normal spots. You give him a little bit of clearance, right back to just flying at you again. And well, the trades are here. The life advantage has gotten even worse. Zuma, I mean, thinking about a flank, but by the time he does it, doesn't make a difference. You're down 8 lives, 25 seconds on the clock, and well, for Zuma, all of his teammates are just dying well before they even start to get towards Sushi.
Yeah, someone has to deal with Formal in that ICR. He's 7-3. Miz, no one can even get close. Formal actually shuts down his teammate there with the nade. It's a 12v4. This round pretty much over, barring a miracle from Faze. Celium does find the first. They're inside the zone. The first tick will come through. You have plenty of time if you're LG and if you're Faze. No one can afford to die. Celium and Zero both drop. Asim for a 1v9. It's just a matter of time. LG take round 1.
And that's just clinical. I mean, their game plan right from the opening, right? Zuma gets 1 kill inside showers. They all back away. He got Sky sitting on the white card mid-map. He's watching hole in the wall. Formal's in the back. They deal with that pressure. Then Faze starts to adjust it on the other side. Well, you already have Brack and Slack working on spawn kills or working on the trap. And then anytime Faze made it to a 50-50 spot, Formal showed up with the ICR, just getting kills left and right.
And it's a little risky, right? You're giving up a zone straight off the rip, but when you're so confident in your setup and you're so confident in, you know, your defensive stance over towards B, make it look so easy. Advantage LG, Faze. Now they're on the defensive. as LG attack over towards Showers, and you may see something similar from Faze here, only this time I don't even think they're going to give away a single life. Yep, they all back away. They're going to set up post A. 2 minutes 20 will be on the clock.
Keep in mind, you know, with the zone being captured, Formal just going to edge even closer to that War Machine. He's 10-4 right now. He has that streaks in mind in the back pocket, but still a couple kills away, 300 points off, but that specialist battle, LG well out in front.
Formal definitely is going to earn that at some point in this round and could use it to give them a 2-0 lead.
And keep in mind, Faze actually, they got a couple players mid-map, so the front of the hill is actually fairly open. There's only 2 players for Faze that are nearby, so there might be a small window. As soon as these Faze players get found out, Asim's going to fall, and yeah, now it's up to 2 guys. It's going to be Scraps inside of 18, the teammates inside of Sushi. Selim's going to fall, so LG clearance is here. They at least made it to the point.
Question, bear in mind, Formal 200 away from a Lightning. Love to get the streak, but Scraps shuts him down. 0 with a double. Skies with a double of his own, though. Keeps it at an even life count, 23-23. Minute 30 on the clock. LG still looking for their first tick of progression towards B, and it may come here with the gunfights being won. 3 players go down. 0 now trying to clutch up. Not going to be able to do so. Slacked inside the hill.
And it's just too easy for LG to get forward, right? You got the ICRs that were posted up around 18 for Faze, but they just get forced on back, and now Formal, well, only connects with 1, but the second tick is nearly through. Finally, the contest is here from Scraps, but he's getting shot from a couple different places. 0, the backup is here, and Faze do stabilize.
That was a big contest. It was a very big contest. They deny the second tick, but Sky's 75 away from streaks. And the problem is...
He needs a gun.
He needs a gun. Exactly that. He is roaming with his teammates saying, guys, you better kill someone, please. Come on, 75 away from streaks. 0 bullets in the ICR. He needs anything he can get his hands on. Roaming around, but he just can't find anything.
I'm not kidding. At this point, go.
I kill a teammate.
I was at a stage.
Yeah,
just
you
go
kill a
punch a player in the back, get a gun from them, do something. Because at this point, you need the streaks, you need the investment, and you're just completely useless on the map until it happens.
Literally anything, and well, that almost felt inevitable. Asim hits a big flank, shuts down Skies. No streaks for him. Slack finds a double. Is that enough of an opening? Well, number 10, it's Brack. He's stuck behind enemy lines, and he's drawn a bit of attention to him. It can't be too much, though. 0 off spawn deals with Brack. And Faze, a good defense. Honestly, it felt as if Faze saying anything you can do, we can do just as well, if not better.
Still, though, 1 more push is all it takes from LG, but of course, 1 more push is all it gets. They got 3 men sliding across, and well, you got Selim, he's outer with the ICR, he's chopping down a couple. You got Asim that was inside, Sushi being the cutoff man with the SOG. So it looks like Faze have all their bases covered, and LG, they're gonna have to fly, and it's just impossible gunfights to win.
Yeah.
As soon as you get there, you're getting flanked, you're gonna fall eventually. And Faze with a nice bounce back round.
And you talk about the investment there. What was it? Well, Formal pulls out the War Machine a little earlier on, and not really about it, but good response out of Faze.
And really, the play was for Skies, half the team killed. I mean, you're running literally with 3 of your teammates mid-map. You're going on the swarm. They wrap back with you. It's a strange play. Like, if you're playing in league play with me, and you team kill me because you need ammo, I'm going to be pissed, right? Like, it's an annoying thing to have happen, but at some point, you just have to make that commitment because the streaks at that point were the more important thing. You're only 75 off.
Playing for them, right? Exactly that. As now Faze tied up. 1-1 here in game 3. 1-1 is the series count as well. LG back on the defense. Faze back on the attack, and I think if you're honestly your Faze, you could bluff this. Send 1 to A, everybody else stack B. Problem is, Asim is actually pulled off A, so they may get that information. Slack to invest a grab slap. Very well read. LG off to a better start here in round 3.
I mean, LG, they just made the hard read on that. I don't know what kind of information they had, but they just sat like stones defending the B point. And this is great for them, because now you have a handful of time that's already getting chopped off the clock. There's no progression anywhere. Contest is over towards B, and actually quite a few of the kills go the way of Faze.
Honestly, if you're Faze, you need to push B 1 more time. You don't want to just be forced to backtrack. Any progression you can get now is massive. You don't have to necessarily get all 3 ticks, but at least 1 and 2 would be great. He's been tagged up by his teammate, and that may cost him there. Faze with Asim on the flank finds 2, but B is being decapped as Brack shuts down Asim. still contested, and no one has played A. Faze are sticking to their guns. They're playing over towards B. Contest comes through again. Tempest is out. Selim can't connect with anything just yet. A lot of whiff shots. He only has 5 left. Contest again comes through. Selim has to hit at least 1, and it would chain. There it is. Couple of kills for him. There's number 3, but misses it. Teammate in a position to trade. All this is going on. That time, of course, has been paused. Still no one from Faze wants to play A.
And they also didn't make the jump. They didn't call in the grab slam. He used the Tempest to try to get clearance. You get a little bit of love, and well, here comes the grab. How many can he find? 2 is what he gets. And of course, that buys his teammates a little bit of clearance to the point, but even then, it's still being contested. LG have been flooding the site.
And look at the lives left, 13 to 12, and we still haven't had a zone fully capped. It is trades left and right, 11 to 9, still the zone contested. Finally, Faze gets some control, but instantly Skies flies back in the second tick, finally through. Faze will be able to get all 3 ticks. LG surely have to concede it now. A minute 42, 10 to 6 the live count. That is the lowest you will ever see it on Gridlock after 1 tick being capped.
Wow, Zero's actually going to call the Vision Bolt straight away. They want to make sure they get this confirmed. We want to keep in mind, he's actually going to do it to get himself closer to streaks as well. So keep Zero in the back of your mind, 130 off. He's going to end up with 100 after those final pings come through.
If you're Zero, you'd love to be able to at least get a couple of ticks into A. Down to the final 3 lives, you could force LG outside of this hill. It would be great, just to be closer towards those streaks. And it looks as if you're going to have to do it just based off kills. Teammates there, 100. He just needs 1 kill. That is it. But Brack's found 2, Slack's found 1, and all of a sudden, what looked like a round, which was almost done and dusted, is not the case. And Zero's going to be hunted down here.
They're going for him. Slack's the man to go. Of course, that means Brack needs to stay around point. Brack is going to be working with Skies. And eventually, looks like Slack might turn around.
Oh,
Skies going to pop the Tempest. He can only get 1 as seen with the beatdown. 42 for Faze.
Oh, and Zero will find 1. That's the lightning. Slack tries to hunt him down, and Zero's going to get an EKA on that one as well. That got dicey. That got very dicey towards the end.
And talk about how annoying Zero has been in the past 2 maps, right?
Yeah.
You have moments where he's just like hiding in corners, killing Brack in the Arsenal S&D, and now he stayed alive in the back so long. Like, Slack goes to hunt him down, which is the correct play. You identify the man with streaks, you have to hunt him, you leave your 2 teammates over by the point, but then Zero just backs all the way up. He just leaves, gives them no information, and then eventually Slack's, well, I gotta go help my teammates out, and that pays huge dividends right there for the side of Faze, because you burn the Tempest from Skies and you earn at least 1 streak, potentially going to get the second.
I thought he managed to land a couple of shots in at the very last second. Not the case. So just the lightning strike from Zero, but he is still on the streak, so can earn himself a Hellstorm here shortly. The ping and also the investment straight off the bat here, gents.
Yeah, you can see a team kill comes in, but he drags down another 2 players with him. So solid usage, and of course now just 80 points away. Oh, okay. We'll make it 2 team kills with the lightning strike, albeit 1 a little bit delayed.
Thieves have knocked Optic Gaming 8 here in Miami. 100 Thieves stay alive.
Oh, originally Luminosity down in round count right now against Faze, who of course, well, they knocked up.
Never happened for Optic Gaming.
I mean, admittedly, it's a very particular kind of tournament. It's only 2 series, but
true.
Nonetheless, not as bad as ending.
Just had to go there, didn't you? As the round starts to develop. Contest currently over towards B. It's dealt with. However, John putting pressure mid-map. He's going to catch Zoomer off. A 4 life advantage here for Faze. A minute 25 to defend. In terms of specialist event.
You got a concussion that's going to stop these 2 players.
Oh, wow.
You pop a vision pulse and 2 players die. Do you have to make the investment? Absolutely. LG need this round win just to force round number 5, but they get nothing off the vision. That is a big boy specialist gone.
And you think about, well, what's left? Form on a War Machine. Essentially, to keep LG alive, he will earn it with that nade kill. Now, does he want to invest it straight off the bat? May not even need to. LG are in. Formal War Machine is out. The first hit coming through, but it's a trophy right outside the door, and I don't think he has any teammates that can deal with it. The trophy's come down, but teammates still inside the zone. Second tick starting to come through.
See if they can find any kills. He's still got Skies alive inside. He's on a 4 spree. He's had a handful of these streaks just in this game alone. But LG, someone's got to make the big play. The triple challenge is in. LG, though, come out on top originally, but eventually get the trades and Faze with a 4-life lead.
But I love that from Faze, because you're just trading lives. That's it. That's all you need to do. You need to just keep trading out because you have such a big advantage. It's 9-3. Push coming through from mid-map. It's Zuma. Slack for a 1 versus 8. He's been good, but no one is that good. Faze now with a big advantage in the series. They go up 2-1.
Control is a game mode this year that has decided a ton of series, and well, Faze grab it there. Admittedly, though, still a very long way to go, but again, Nameless pointed out, it's like Faze has been very comfortable on this map. We've heard the stories. They are comfortably beating teams on it in scrims, and LG, they try their luck, but they get no dice.
Now Faze go up 2-1 in the series. Their top placement this year was, what, top 4? So this, one more map, you guarantee yourself top 3, and then obviously you can think back about what happened last year come playoffs, Faze, and maybe they're just a playoff team.
It's been improving as well, right? It was top 12 the very first event as soon as that roster formed, and they've been slowly moving up the ranks as much as possible. And of course, you win more and more map in this series. You've already accomplished at least that, so the guaranteed top 3. Then you get to play against United for the top 2, and things get even more interesting after that.
Things looking good, but still plenty of work to be done here on the main stage. It's by no means over. Faze with the 2-1 advantage. But I want to take a look at what happened over on Bravo. Fondue 100 Thieves. The 3-0 against Optic Gaming. They bow out top 8. A poor playoffs for the Green Wall, but 100 Thieves still a lot of work for them to do. They're going to have to continue fighting through that loser's bracket. The back-to-back champs. And a horrible spot, but you can see the way they close this round out. A 3-life advantage, 6 seconds, and all of a sudden, Slasher finds the pick on TJ, and you think maybe with Dashing Scum getting 2, it might be enough to deflect the pressure, but then everybody falls for Optic Gaming. 100 Thieves fly through. All came down to Dashi. A 1v6. And again, in those situations, you're asking for a miracle.
And where does this rank potentially on a loser's bracket run? Obviously, we're super early on in like the situation, but I mean, you start from like a top 10 spot essentially for 100 Thieves. How does that compare to, say, a top 24 run from last year?
I mean, I think you have to think about the size of the tournament, right? That's the first thing.
And the level of competition.
What's at stake, the level of competition as well. Both valid factors. And I mean, if 100 Thieves went on to win, then you're also thinking about, well, it's back-to-back-to-back. It'd be their 3rd in a row. It'd be a miracle. It really would. And based on what we've seen today, I think everyone that had 100 Thieves is, come in here and comfortably winning has to concede that that's just not right. That's flat out wrong. There's a lot of teams from what we've seen so far that do look better than 100 Thieves. And I think the 2 teams that we're watching now on the main stage, both in there for me.
And of course, knowing that 100 Thieves is just on the loser side of things, that is a massive opportunity for literally everybody else. Like, think about United, a couple second place finishes. They are just, licking their lips right now saying this could be us. GenG, a couple second place finishes, right? Faze on the up and up, LG with the new roster, a bunch of teams that this is your opportunity.
And obviously you want to believe that you can beat absolutely everybody, but when there's certain teams that oh, well, hold on, if we just kind of stay on the winner's bracket for as long as possible, hopefully we don't have to run into. I mean, you'll take LG Faze with the 2-1 lead in the series. This books your spot in the winner's bracket final and a guaranteed top 3 placement.
And at this point, I just want to know what LG we're going to see. Right? I mean, last time they played Hacienda, it was against Optic Gaming.
That was incredible. That might be one of the best hardpoints I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, it was after the first 2 hills. Optic was up roughly like 90-10 in that ballpark. Or actually less than that. It'd be like 90-2 because they proceed to go on a 246 to 15-point run. LG, again, it literally just can't get better. That is completely absurd at this level against a pro team. Optic, nonetheless. It's insanity. They have a 12-2 record overall in Hardpoint since this roster has been formed. But still, Faze is holding them down in the series.
Think of it this way. You basically won the map and gave up 15 points while doing it. That's how big of a swing that was from LG earlier on. And we talked about Slacked in map 1 and just how crucial he has been He needs another one of those performances here in the Hacienda Hardpoint, otherwise LG will be falling into the losers bracket. Not a place they will want to be. Faze now just one more map chance, one more map, and they're in the winners final.
And honestly, I don't think he necessarily does need another one of those performances, right? It would be great if he gets it. Yeah, you know, you love to see it if you're an LG or Slack fan, but on a map like Hacienda, this is where the ARs come to play. It's their time to shine, so you look at the kids if you want to, and Bracken Skies, the new guy on the roster, Skies, of course, with the ICR, or maybe Formal. I mean, if he's getting that Maddox in hand, the expectation is for him to just flip that switch, hit version 15, and just start to take over. So a lot of players for LG could potentially step it up.
They sure can, and this is the time to do it. Faze, one more map, that's all they're going to need. Hacienda Hardpoint underway, and we'll start on board with Formal. And who, as the year goes on, just seems to get better and better and better. And he already will fall, was able to find his first kill before doing so. As Bracken looking down towards bottom secret, he too drops. LG in the hill though.
LG in the hill, but Salian is trying to storm his way right on back. And well, a couple players from LG creeping around Rock, maybe thinking about going for the full flank, but with nobody in the hill, it's all about that hallway control. Faze is able to establish it. 5 points, now make it 6 have gone through on the Fountain Hill thus far. And I will say, some teams might need to take notes from EG.
Yeah, EG, the way they play in the first hill is absolutely incredible. They had a huge swing in one of the games yesterday. Credit to Asim, by the way, number 5 on the minimap, for just how long he actually blocked the spawn, how long he lingered, didn't push through anything unnecessarily. And now, because of that, you have a couple players close to streaks. One of them is going to be Zuma, 170 away. He just backs away. As LG actually have a big pinch coming through. 2 players pushing from the back, 3 from the front. Salian may need help.
Faze actually doesn't really have water control either. The players for LG are just able to get up there for 3. Skies hops right in. Yes, he gets traded. And Formal, well, he gets taken care of as well. He tries to throw a nade, and Zuma takes care of him. 30 off his streaks. Just needs an EKIA, maybe absorb some hill time. He just goes straight for it, and he gets the lightning just before he falls.
Yeah, he just dedicated himself. He recognized that he's got to complete the kill, wallbang, and now you have Saliam also close to streaks, 85 points. He's going to need a little bit of help. John down bottom, water side, 17 seconds. You've got to be careful, John. This is not a death. You want to needlessly give away even the EKIA, anything, but the problem is Saliam close to running out of ammo. With 55 points, all he needs, teammates tagging him up in the back. This a crucial kill that Saliam needs to get. I want to get extra streaks. In fact, the trophy's going to put him a little closer. 30 points now for Saliam. And you do have Zuma with the lightning. Now, if I'm Faze, I ping this, I call out to Saliam, you give him the information, and you try and get him a lightning as well. You don't necessarily have to use it just yet, but you're trying to set up to secure another streak. The lightning does come through, doesn't connect with anything, forces a couple players inside tin. Asim and Zero both fall, but Saliam's still alive.
Well, he was alive, and then Scraps just comes in, finds 2 of his own. Saliam, well, now he gets to try to bait his teammates a little bit more. Successful at that, now just 5 away. Just gotta stay alive, but he gets shut down by Formal. So a couple lightning strikes for Faze, but not too much more. But keep in mind, got a 40-point lead.
And now Formal 200 away from streaks as well. And you're thinking about trying to cherry pick a couple players from Faze. Playing for the scrap time. Zuma deals with him though. And with 7 seconds left on this rotation, Faze already there. We're gonna have to worry about that lightning strike yet, but if Faze gets broke early, it's definitely an option.
Saliam wins a big gunfight up in top hallways as well. That means everyone else for Faze essentially just look over towards Lambo. Brack's expecting a flank, but Asim hasn't made the move yet. Now he slides out. Brack, well, ready for the kill, but still in the hallways. Saliam was wreaking havoc earlier. Now it's Zuma's turn. He finds 2, and meanwhile, Faze, they've been in the hill the whole time. Players try to fly over top, and they get cut down.
And if you're Zuma, you got to use your Tech 5 almost instantly because you're getting closer streaks again. 280, what he's going to need. It's going to give Faze a big boost in this game. 25 seconds left on this hill. Zuma finds another one. Skies drops 140 away from streaks. Faze really playing very well in this first rotation of hills. As Zuma does drop. And this is almost similar to what we saw earlier on from LG. It's around about this point now where
Thieves. Now they find themselves a map away from the guaranteed top 3. They're up by nearly 100 points. Scraps double positive, Zuma double positive. Saliam barely had to do anything on the map, but double positive as well, and he still has streaks, and now Zero's taking his turn.
One will do. 75 points, a team kill from Selim comes through, but it's a big flank up top. Scraps almost found two. Zero should have a free one. There it is, lightning earned. And this is getting scary for LG. Down 100 points. Hellstorm earned as well. 3 streaks available for Faze. Specialists available for Faze. I don't know what the difference is now from what we saw earlier on from LG, but this looks like a different team.
I mean, Faze in playoffs, name a better duo. This is like ridiculous stuff, like back-to-back years almost with different teams, new rosters, new game, new everything. But as you said, they already have a handful of streaks. They already have a handful of specialists at their disposal. A 100-point lead just about in the rotation. Well, you got Formal with the War Machine just to basically do nothing. Fire out a couple of shots, but what can you find? It's Selim getting spawns, the pinch is getting set in.
It's desperation. You're just looking for hill time at that point. As the streak comes through, doesn't connect with anything. You still have 2 left, 2 players down low. Finally, LG stabilize. But Selim's pulled out the Tempest. He, of course, is locking down the spawn here for Faze. 37 seconds, big time here. Gotta line some of the shots. There's 2 misses, there's 3 misses. You cannot miss 3 times against Formal. He will make you pay.
Oh, at the same time, though, Zero might be a bit of a bailout, and Scraps is going to help as well with the War Machine. Scraps is just here for damage, maybe not for kills, but once you get to the point, Asim just wants to commit. Hey, you guarantee the final 20 seconds. You re-extend your lead back to that 100-point margin. Is it an amazing usage? No. Do you have a massive lead so it doesn't really make too much of a difference? Yes.
Sure. You just hope that it doesn't come back to cost Faze. We'll see, though. Again, you have to think back about that massive swing. If you know if the team can do it, it's LG simply because they have done it. However, it's a team pushing over towards the 10. There's one, there's 2. Skies just disintegrate before your eyes. There's the streak as well from Selim. Faze breakthrough. And that 100-point lead is coming back.
They are plus 20, maybe about 32 kills up right now. Massively outslaying the opposition. This is a different Faze. This is a different LG. Faze might just be next level again. Everyone on their team just near double positive or not too far from it. And Asim, maybe the one guy, not so much, but 18 and 14, still having a fantastic game. It is just a across-the-board rotation, specialist streaks, everything going well for the Faze clan.
Asim's doing what he needs to do, right? And Faze are winning the game. 100-point lead comes through as we rotate back over towards the rock kill. And if you're LG, you got to use everything you get. Slaps close towards that grab slam. We talked about how well he played. Well, he's almost double neg now, 11 and 21. Sky's a pretty shocking game from him as well. 7 and 18, almost triple negative. Some really poor performances, exactly when you couldn't afford to have them.
Well, LG though, they have stabilized inside the hill a little bit. Formal's picking up a couple kills. He got Slack that's going to be sitting on the grab slam, and a fair bit of time has gone their way. They get 30 seconds here. Then, you know, you still have to have a couple more good hills in a row, but by no means are they out of this yet. But Faze, you just can't afford to have more mistakes made. A couple good breaks, and you should be good to go. Slack inside gets chopped. Zoom and Asim are there for the break, and Faze do that a couple more times, and we'll see you in the top 3.
That's the key. When you have this big of a lead, you can keep consistently putting pressure on Scrap and putting yourself closer and closer and closer to that finish line of 250 points. You force panic, you may force bad decisions, bad specialists as well can come through, and that's what you saw. Slack actually went for the grab slam there. Half of the investment gone.
I was going to say, talk about force and make bad decisions.
There you go.
Perfectly timed, Ben. Love the casting, but Faze, again, just a massive lead on Hacienda. We mentioned earlier how good LG performed on this exact map. Different level of competition. The series get tougher and tougher throughout the day, throughout the tournament. And Faze, man, they are just, I mean, they've proven one of the top dogs.
We were asking the question of when they would find that kind of form. We saw the potential. This roster was made. Maybe now you get your answer. Still need to close this one out, though. 20 seconds left on the first hill. LG still down a massive amount of points, and Zero has his vision pulse as well to use. Attack 5 as well can come through, and Asim is working towards a grab slam. On the flip side for LG, Rack needs his vision, and well, you need a lot to go right for LG to get all of their specialists, use them correctly to bring them back into this game.
But if I'm Zero, I just call the Vision Pulse in straight away. He does that at Steam. He's got the Maddox, he's got the Sog, he's got a Grab Slam. He will be able to see through walls. You get too close, you're gonna die. He goes straight in. Gets a hit marker, which is unfortunate, but his teammates get quite a few kills. John is the lone man inside the hill. He doesn't have much support yet. And Faze 20 points away from the win, Ben.
Okay. LG will get a little bit of control. Selim hits the flank. There's two. Selim trying to put the final nail in the coffin. Unable to do so. And this is where things may get scary. If LG can trade out here, which it looks like they have, they're going to come a point in the game now where they get all of their specialists, but Selim just walks in. There's a double. There's three for Selim. Never mind.
And then Faze, they fight tooth and nail for the strap, and they get 15 points on every single.
Be able to earn it if they can just have each one of those players essentially get one kill. Yes, Faze is 7 points away from victory. But with LG knowing they can go on a swing, you just never know. You just never know. John staying alive, jumps over. Does fall, Faze inside, like had the grab slam, was that maybe the chance to use it? 5 points all Faze need. Skies is just being hunted down, this surely now where the game is over. Faze are going to the winners bracket final. Their highest placement so far yet, and the run is even over.
They had one of the most difficult brackets you could ask for. Maybe LG is the only one that had an even tougher one, but they start with 100 Thieves, they take them down, they get handed LG, they take them down. It's only one day, but Faze have looked incredible. Again, a proven top dog.
A great performance, a 3-1 victory. LG not happy, and rightfully so. Their tournament not over though, they will fall down into the losers bracket. Faze though, a big advantage. Guaranteed top 3, winners bracket final, United tomorrow. Can they do it? Is this their tournament? Is this a United tournament? It's weird, it's not the situation I think many people thought we would be in come the end of Saturday.
I mean, again, and whoever wins that series, they have such a massive advantage over every other team, because what has every single grand finals been this year? Couple 3-0s, couple 3-1s, no game 5s, even I don't think, let alone a double best of 5, so they have done a ton of hard work, and for them, it's one series until they're in the grand finals, where if they make it, massive opportunity.
And obviously, you talk about the big advantages, hardly any bracket resets either. Beating a team in 2 best of 5s can be very, very hard, but congratulations to Faze. They progress through into that winners bracket final tomorrow. We'll send it now down to Jess on the main stage for the PlayStation Instant Reaction.
Thank you, Ben. So looking at these 2 hard points, the second one seems so much more in control than the first one. What was it that we saw on that second hard point that just wasn't there the first time around?
Just playing smart. I tell them all the time, if we don't make mistakes, we'll win the map every time. So the first map, we were definitely struggling a little bit, making a little bit of mistakes. Our comms were a little off. And we just regained and focused up, and the second hard point went well.
You have now beat 2 teams that have won open events this year. What does this say about where Faze is at right now?
I think we're an incredible team. I've been saying this for months. I mean, since we formed, we just have so much talent. It just comes down to us playing smart and playing the right way. And as long as we're doing that, we can win this thing. We can definitely win this thing.
The next team you are going to be facing will be United.
Just gonna play our game. I mean, if we play smart, like I keep saying, we're gonna do well. And we played United at the boot camp, so you know we were playing some pretty close matches. So it should be a good match. Excited to play Clay, and yeah, I'm excited.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you, Jess and Faze Clan, now securing, no matter what, their best placing thus far in this season. Congratulations to them. Luminosity struggling and falling down there. Of course, Slack looking maybe understandably a little frustrated there at the end. But Nameless, I want to know, what do you think was the difference maker in this series?
Well, first I want to say the series started off as expected. Frequency, Hardpoint, Slack had an incredible performance. He had like 40-something kills. They ended up winning that one. We saw them dominant on it earlier today. Arsenal, Search and Destroy, we saw Faze play great. Were they 6-1 100 Thieves earlier today? They continue that. And then we highlighted it in the previous segment, that gridlock control. Luminosity has a real big problem on offense trying to get through B Street and into Sushi, trying to get control of that point. And you know, it was defense back and forth. Each team won it. And when they finally lost that first defense, when Luminosity got back to their offense, they could not get through that B Street. Their pinches aren't coordinated enough. They couldn't do it, and that was absolutely the swing mode.
Felt like even though they lost, I'm pretty sure the first map was really close, like 250 to 209. There was one play that it came off the first rotation. It just finished at Orange Hill, and Scraps just won off streaks. It rotated towards Blue Hill, but he let his team challenge Blue Hill 4v5 for basically 45 seconds just to pick up a set of streaks. Didn't make any sense to me because streaks are not really useful on frequency just in general. So he put his team in the hole right there, and they only lost by 40 points. So that situational play right there, the Scraps, was a little mind-blowing to me.
Do you think that's kind of like a tunnel vision effect? Like they're so focused on getting that they forget that there might be a bigger picture that's more important?
I'm one off streaks.
Yeah, when you're one off streaks, you don't want to die. And
yeah.
Some people play their lives a little bit too hard in those situations, and I think that's what Scraps did in that time. He didn't push at all with his team.
Well, sometimes, you know, back there when I was playing, I'd be one off streaks. And, you know, I'd wait like 15, 20 seconds and try to bait my team. And then at that point, if you don't get your streaks, you really made a mistake.
Yeah. You got to move on.
You have to fully commit to it at that point. So I think that's what happened with Scraps there. But they lose that map, which is fine. They go on to win 3 straight. Yep. And neither team in this series, I thought, was going to win 2 of 1 game mode, right? Neither team was going to win 2 hard points. Neither team was going to win 2 searches. The control was really what mattered.
Speaking of the man himself, you can see there his stats in that Luminosity matchup. Not too bad.
Especially in that S&D. He's 8-5, but he was 5-5 going into that final round. Somehow, some way, LG were able to flood that A site, and Scraps was tucked in the corner outside of lobby. He was able to pick up a 2-piece, followed up, stayed alive the entire time with opposite players coming through middle lobby, picked up a 3rd kill, and it was just insane. The fact that he was able to play that corner for so long, LG knew exactly where he was. They just weren't able to pick him up. He was able to pick out a 3-piece in an impossible position.
Let's look at our winners bracket, something that Luminosity is no longer a part of, as Faze knocked them down. But you can see it, Faze Clan and E United in that winners finals. Both of those teams taking down some of the best teams in this series. Of course, the likes of GenG, the likes of 100 Thieves. So we'll see what happens there, but we're also going to look at our losers bracket, where likes of Luminosity, GenG, 100 Thieves, as they did take down Optic earlier in a 3-0 fashion, will all remain and see who can get to that grand final. It'll be one of those 3.
Well, Optic made all those changes to try to beat 100 Thieves. It didn't work. They didn't win a map here. They didn't win a map here this weekend. That's tough. Commiseration to them and their fans. And I mean, that's tough. They have a lot of work going forward.
There's only 2 teams that have done that in this game thus far. Come to an event and not won a match. Envy and Optic Gaming. Classico.
Congratulations.
Hey, you know what that sets up, though? It sets up a rematch from our last open event in Anaheim. The finals, GenG versus 100 Thieves. At that tournament, GenG lost 100
Couldn't
Thieves
touch them.
3 times.
Yeah.
Now they're playing a little bit nerfed 100 Thieves roster, so maybe GenG can take them down, but I'm very excited for that one.
Yeah, we certainly are. That rematch will be something to see. Now our schedule for the day, moving things along. Again, can GenG do it? Can they take down 100 Thieves even though they were not able to touch them at the last open event? Can they get themselves to another grand final, maybe get the win that they are so desperately looking for? And again, if you are just tuning in, Faze Clan and 100 Thieves just got their respective wins over Luminosity and Optic Gaming. But coming back, we have more COD. Do not go anywhere. 100 Thieves taking down GenG in that grand final in our last open, and GenG thinks maybe they can get a single series win against 100 Thieves. I'm your host, Katie Bedford, joined by Nameless, Pac-Man, and Study here on the desk. And I don't know, it seems Pac like it might be kind of tough because GenG did just got knocked down, whereas 100 Thieves
I don't think they're that far behind 100 Thieves in any sense.
Yeah. All right, well, before we get into that too much, I do want to ask the desk, which player thus far here in Miami has impressed you the most? Nameless, I'll start with you.
I gotta say, Dylan. That guy's a superhero on the map. He just does it all for this team, and both of on this team, they would be a force to be reckoned with.
All right, so we've got a Dylan. Study, who do you think?
I'm going to go with Asim. His performance today, at least throughout the entire week, and for me, being that entry fragger, the fact that he's able to play his life so well, be that annoying player, and be able to pick up those two-piece dash punches. He's everything that this team needs.
He's been unreal this whole weekend. And then it's tough that he lost, but I mean, Slack has been, in my opinion, top 3 players. They're here this entire week, and he's a testament to the ruined character.
All 3 grapple slam players. Entry fraggers just going off. It's just how influential those players can be on your team.
Asim better be next.
It better.
Where's the tweet?
Let's see. We got it. From
yeah!
Definitely a team. The guy is playing really well, and he's one of the most underrated pros right now.
Yes, he is.
I agree.
I agree with that. He is very underrated. We don't really talk about him much except for Study.
Played the way that they're supposed to play.
Even though it's a small sample size, we saw GenG play two series. They lost both those search. Destroys. If they're going to beat 100 Thieves, they might need to take both, and they have a 1-1. Yet this weekend, we saw them choke. choked the one to United really game 2. They need to clutch up in that game mode if they're going to beat this. 100 Thieves team.
Now we do want to look.
Like, yo, we're not losing this. Like, there's no chance I'm losing.
I think I played. One person did that. It was Looney. We were playing some kids that always played at West Coast. Locals, and he looked at me and goes, don't worry about it. We're winning, 100%. And then he fried them. Absolutely. I was like, all right, that was nasty. Just some people just have so much confidence to just come.
My experience when I was on Envy and Ghost, I felt like we played Optic Nation every single event, and I tell you what, like, it was just, I was so confident. Play against them, like I knew we were going to win no matter what, and I think it's a play style. Thing, you know, you're gonna play some. Of the similar maps from time to time, and you're better than them at it. It's just one of those things.
Point. Envoy still able.
Pulled by 100 Thieves. It looked a little bit scary on that rotation. Wasn't sure if they were going to stabilize. They do. Now can 100 Thieves, as you said, try to force a streak out. Kenny gets a little aggressive, not able to find one. But Mox with that ICR looking over his teammates. And now you have an early War Machine out from Envoy, but it looks like 100 Thieves was ready for that. Great job by Slasher with the comms.
Absolutely, that could have been a devastating result if it weren't for the blackjack. Then behind that, they kill the War Machine. They get 4 down. Yet again, they get a break for the second half of that Hardpoint where they can get 35, 40 points. Kill feed. Be a lead change now for 100 Thieves with their first chance to go in front. And get a semblance of control.
Yeah, but I mean,
Come in. Mox is going to go ahead and toss a lightning strike into the mix.
you see what the Hellstorm forcing as well. He's trying to angle it through. Not able to connect. I think the TAC 5 helped 100 Thieves, and while Enable's going to find to kill Slasher with 2 of his, and that's going to be 5 down, and they're going to go. Look at those white arrows. That is not where you want to spawn if you were GenG. And what it was such a good start for GenG. Just feels like the rest of 100 Thieves has woken up. Look at the top left. Everybody contributing. 13, 12, 11 kills. Nobody below that.
It's 3 hard points in a row. 400 Thieves have at least been able to split and/or dominate. Now the War Machine from Slasher comes through, connects on Havoc and Envy as the Sogs for GenG ripped off the map. Slasher snapping as the streak continues. 9 in a row for Slasher. Can he get into double digits? Envoy with the lightning strike. Slasher gonna answer with one of his own. It's the back steps push through. 1 able to get into the hard point, but Slasher does lock down 2. The streak will then end at 11, but the spawn comes into the back pocket for GenG. A chance to make the play in. Priesta may have to rely on this grapple, grab slam combo to get the clearance.
I mean, a great response though from Slasher. As soon as you see that lightning strike come in, he knows that GenG's trying to attack the back spawns. So he locks down top middle. He puts a couple of lightnings towards the back that's able to stop that push.
And what stat do we see before this? That Slasher has dominated this matchup. And what better way to assert your dominance than to go on an 11 spree, as now the Tempest coming up big for 100 Thieves as well as the lead grows and grows. It was streaks for Slasher, now streaks for Priesta as he's on 5 in a row.
I mean, what was it like? After 2 hills, it was 60, 70 points for GenG. It hasn't grown much since that. It's been all 100 Thieves.
GenG, if they're going to answer, the answer has got to come swiftly. They need to do it now, but as we transition over to blue base, it's going to be Priesta with this ICR SOG combo set up top. The grab slam in, 2 will fall. Streaks abound for the 100 Thieves side of this matchup as Kenny shuts down 2, gives another clearance to 100 Thieves as GenG tries to desperately swarm in through window, but now you're swarming into the Purifier. Things are cooking for 100 Thieves, but it's not strong enough there as Havoc hits the slide in melee.
And I think JP let us know the only player who was positive against 100 Thieves has been Envoy throughout this matchup. This is just something that GenG, when you talk slaying-wise, they just have not been able to match 100 Thieves in Hardpoint. You talked about them being 8-1, and I think you're seeing why.
And I think Nagafin has been great for this team leading up to these final sets of matches against the top dogs. But when they've played the Optics, they've played the 100 Thieves, you've seen him struggle. And right now he is 9 in 23. And you cannot have a liability on the map like that against 100 Thieves. You can't.
Well, that's why people, I don't think, were surprised when they were testing out Spacely for the week.
Absolutely
right?
not.
How do you get better? Havoc flies in, does connect with 3, one of it being his teammate though, and Envoy, and then behind that, Kenny and Priest that clean up the rest of GenG. This feels like 100 Thieves has arrived to the tournament. We watched them earlier today. They didn't look good, but again, everybody is contributing on the map. It feels like our back-to-back champs have arrived.
And there's been talk between you and I about how we haven't had that double best-of-5 grand final. There's been the top dog waiting. They've been able to close out those series, but you feel like if somebody is going to get there with a magical losers bracket run, and push some team the distance. Maybe it's 100 Thieves that has the chance to do so.
Even saw Enable with the fists out right there towards the end, trying to get one more punch in, looking like Canelo out there.
Oh, what a dominant effort. Point. Yeah, we're like Optic starts strong, then LG just dominate from that point on. What do you get, 20, 30 points over the second, second half of that game, not more of that. Like, it was just so one-sided. What a performance from 100 Thieves.
It was so weird as well because, you know, you go into that third and fourth hill on the first rotation where Envoy, you know, he earns those streaks, but they don't turn it into anything. Like, there is no production from the streaks, and then what you try to do is force 2 streaks at Elevator, right? And then 100 Thieves still wins that engagement. And then guess what? While, I mean, those streaks weren't good enough, Slasher then goes on to 11 spree. He earns streaks. It just felt like the utility usage wasn't good enough from GenG.
Wasn't good enough. They've got to be better as we extend this series. But before we get to Search and Destroy, we've shouted this out a couple times over the course of the weekend for the fans at home, the fans at the venue here in Miami. There is a sweepstakes going on right now. You can check it out at mlg.com/Totino's giveaway. It is the CWL Champs Trip giveaway. 1 grand prize winner and a guest will win round-trip airfare, hotel, and more to Champs in Los Angeles. Check it out. Sign up. It'd be a massive win. It's one of the most fun events every single year. You gotta get there, whether it's through the giveaway or not. Dial it in, lock down the hotel, make sure you're there. It's the can't miss event of the year. $2 million up for grabs to end the Black Ops 4 season.
It's gonna be one heck of an event. I mean, there's so many potential storylines going into it, right? Just who's going to be our world champions for the year? Is 100 Thieves going to try to win 4 events in a row? That's could be the story.
Do you think they're back now? Do you feel like they're back now, getting in that rhythm that we saw them drop only 4 maps just a tournament ago?
It feels that way. We'll see in this Search and Destroy. We know GenG has struggled with 100 Thieves and Hardpoint. Now it's 9-1 throughout 10 in these matchups. But GenG, always known as a very solid Search and Destroy and control team. They have to respond right here.
Mox, so crucial to this series when you consider the AR prowess on the other side of the stage. Can he do it? Can he step up in a big way? Can he get it done in the Search? I don't know if he's the superstar you're going to rely on to have a big map too, but in those huge one-on-ones, those swing moments against the other big ARs, he's got to be better going forward in this series.
Well, I even look at it like this. I mean, one of the players we talked about with 100 Thieves was Slasher, and who's going to be that secondary ICR for GenG? He's the one that has to match Slasher. So I look at the Maddox players in Major Maniac in Nagafin, and we pointed out Nagafin's struggle. If Kenny and Slasher are dominating that matchup, it doesn't matter what the SOG duo is doing. It won't make up for the fact.
And I think that's what's so scary right now if you're GenG, because that's a map that you get the favorable matchup in the SOG department. When you think about frequency, you're going to Arsenal map 4. How the hell are you going to beat them in Arsenal? You're not going to. So you really need to take that map 1. You don't take the map 1. Now you've got to take the Search and Destroy. And this is a map where 100 Thieves, remember, put in a ton of time for that matchup against Optic Gaming leading into Anaheim. So they've gotten a lot of reps on this map. They've improved progressively over the course of the year. They'll be the offense first, and the first blood comes in from Slasher with a pick almost instantly. But trades down in Tunnel will leave us in a 3v3.
And nice trades from Envoy and Havoc to force the 3 versus 3. Slasher gonna try to work outskirts here. You have Enable rotating this bomb over.
Just playing it patiently. Maybe looking for an overextension from GenG. Maybe some mind games here to see if they can get them to rotate out. But holding is going to be Mox. Mox in a position where he's got to find a kill to help. It's going to come in. Major Maniac able to finish 1. Now a 3 versus 2 for GenG, but Mox is going to get gunned by Octane. Octane able to back it up, try to re-challenge, but not able to win it. So Enable will now be left in a 1 versus 2. Bomb in hand, but only 20 seconds to work with. And Havoc wisely dips out. Make sure you don't give Enable a one-on-one. They're both going to double challenge. Not going to line up. Major Maniac clutches up. Round 1 to GenG.
It was almost a very solid read there from Enable in that 1 versus 2. But they don't line up for him, so the collateral damage isn't there. But we've seen 100 Thieves do this from time to time on a map like Payload, where they'll work that outskirts, they'll try to catch you on rotation. They'll sort of ignore the bomb sites on this map sometimes and push that defensive spawn.
Major Maniac with 2 big ones in that round, the search and destroy specialist on this team. He's got a frag grenade for round 2 as they're going to start to push towards B. You've got a 2-man hit in towards that mid tunnel. Should be action very early in this round as the stun goes out. GenG stacked up in Little Room. Havoc able to get the first kill, and Priest has to back on up.
Yeah, Havoc and Envoy working together towards that middle. Priest and Enable, they're going to lose that one. And now that man advantage moves on. You can see them just running towards B. Slasher's up top, though. He will get taken down by Nagafin. Now it's all down to Kenny. He does find one, but it starts with that first blood. It starts with that mid-control from GenG.
If you're GenG, you win a round in which Slasher gets the first blood. You win a round handily in which you're able to do it. They're doing it from both sides of the map as well, and now we'll take a look at the best play from Envoy. It feels like things just unraveled early as soon as they lost that 2-on-2 in mid-tunnel. Priest can't get the trade.
Throughout this year, right, I think at the start of Payload Search and Destroy at the beginning of the year, it was all about mid-tunnel control. And we've actually seen some teams just sort of avoid it from times. They'll stack one bomb site and play a retake.
All 5 players from 100 Thieves now stacked up outside of that A site. The catwalk lowered. A big flank now coming in as Havoc and Envoy start to push through B. Here comes the flank. It looks like they're ready for it. They're ready for it. Enable takes the gunfight. Second first blood to 100 Thieves this time. Can they turn it into a round victory?
Now this just turns into, is GenG going to over-rotate? Let's see what Nagafin ends up doing. It looks like he's holding right now, but ends up losing a one-on-one against Octane. Talk about those secondary ICR fights. There's one of them. Major Maniac in a tough spot. Here comes the whole team, 100 Thieves, and now this should be a clean round.
Great shoulder from Enable. Gets the information. Easy killed in for 100 Thieves. Easy round to 100 Thieves, and they chalk up their first round. Seeing so much patience at 100 Thieves. This time it pays off.
I think it's Octane on the flank who just spots out both Envoy and Havoc trying to work it, and instead of moving forward, they just isolate those players. If Envoy wins that one-on-one against Enable, maybe it turns into a bit of a different round. His teammates can get aggressive towards that middle lobby. Instead, Enable wins it.
They're going back to B. Not the same mid-map presence, though, inside a tunnel 400 Thieves, well, or for GenG. It's a little bit of a different look, but you do have 4 players from 100 Thieves over towards that A site. And you can see on the minimap, everyone towards B from GenG. So Octane going to be the lone man here until the rotation comes in. You see the red arrows now starting to swarm across the map.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. There goes the high catwalk push. I mean, he's all alone on an island.
And no one has eyes on it.
Yeah, no one's watching over it. You just want him to back away and play his life. Maybe in that position he can find one. A trade does come through towards the middle, but bomb planted 3 versus 4.
Spotted his shadow. Knows Kenny is pushed through mid-tunnel. They're going to flood up top. Enable hit to 1 HP. Heals up, but can't locate the kill. 2 versus 3 now with 25 seconds on the clock. Now suddenly it's all on Enable. There's 2 players up there. Can't get the damage in. GenG get their 3rd round.
It just starts with the first bloods that we've been seeing. When they get first blood, they've won the round. Once again, it was Havoc and Envoy who just pushed. They find an opening. One round it was mid-tunnel. This time it was top catwalk. You might see a bit of an adjustment from 100 Thieves like I was talking about, where you just start giving up bomb sites and playing 5 versus 5 retakes.
Is that just a bit of a misplay from Octane?
It's hard to say, right? He's playing different timings. He's hoping it's just one guy. Maybe he can find one, but I think he knows in that position, if they 5-man push it, he's going to get caught.
This round, Nagafin will have the sniper out. Enable gives him a chance, but he can't connect. Look how deep Slasher is playing. And there's 2 coming. This could work out brilliantly. 1 in front, 2nd down. Slasher with another first blood, and this time it comes in a pair.
He actually plays that position in a round where Havoc and Envoy lost it on the flank last time. They go right back to it. And they get caught by Slasher playing a bit of an off angle, not a position you see too often. Now a 2 versus 5.
Yeah, this round feels like it was over before it started. Snipe goes right between 2 players. Mox left alone, dropped, and 100 Thieves with a nice round. Now, what do you change maybe if you're the side of GenG and that flank doesn't seem to be working? You go away from it?
I think you just, similar to what I'm talking about with 100 Thieves, I think you can allow them to work a bomb site, right? Just the rounds they've lost, they've given up first bloods, where they've tried to get a little bit too aggressive. Allow 100 Thieves to play patient. They're not taking map control from you or anything. It seems like they are just literally waiting for that flank to happen.
Relying on the aggression. That's when GenG are typically at their best. Slasher spots 1 in lab. Opts to reposition towards the back box with Enable. Kenny just still spotting. Not allowing Major Maniac to really find any breathing room towards the outside catwalk. He's going to do a lot of damage this round. Not sure if he's going to find a kill.
Yeah, he's got to be careful with the ammo as well. A very patient round. Now Slasher trying to find an opening, and an opening he will find. First blood on the Nogafin, now gets away with his life with Kenny watching his back. Nice play from 100 Thieves there. Still have Octane watching the rotation back to B. Mox is going to bring it back, and Envoy's going to win a one-on-one.
And this might be another round where you get a first blood from Slasher and then things dissolve. 400 Thieves, but there's not a ton of time to work with. Envoy with a big one-on-one, the trade in from Enable. Everybody dropping though, Enable to last up, gets away with no HP. They'll chase him down, hunt him down. And that's now 2 rounds for 100 Thieves where you get first blood, can't take in the game though. It's only 2 rounds, but still costly as it's 4-2 GenG. Thieves get right back towards A. Keep an eye on the minimap. It doesn't look like that same push through is going to happen from GenG, as it has not been working at all. They're going to stay honest towards the B site. Another first blood for 100 Thieves. Nice stun to back him up as well, and here comes the flood. GenG should be in trouble. Priestess and Slasher shut down 2, 4v2 to 100 Thieves. Major Maniac doing what he can to bring it back. Mox, though, little bait and switch there will catch him. Now Major Maniac in the back block, going to be the last guy up.
He's on a 3 spree right now. We'll see what he can do. They don't have the bomb. A couple of players almost line up for him. Has to heal, gets away, almost gets the shot punch in. But Priest is going to find that kill. But yeah, as you said, I think it was a beautiful bait and switch from Slasher and Kenny towards that middle platform on the Mox. But Havoc, he's playing a sneaky position here behind this catwalk. I mean, he's just hoping for 1 kill, but Nagafin's the man who actually gets caught. He's the one who gets first blooded.
Well, Octane's beamed him a couple of times. You saw the one into the lab steps just a couple rounds ago. He's taken that ICR fight. Unfortunately, it's Octane on the other end of it. It's wild how loud it sounds on the snow when they don't have pit silence. Like a damn elephant.
Trekking on through. You see 100 Thieves just back away. That was Priest and Octane.
Octane got the hell out of there this time. Not going to get caught in those heaven steps again.
Slasher trying to work the flank a little bit. Bomb not planted yet. Now they're going to go behind the push. Envoy and Havoc. Well, that
all to the action. They're all going to try and push this from the back. Somebody's going to have to be the entry. Is Priest going to be the one to slide in? Here he goes. He does it. He gets a bit of a dead slide there. Not able to get through. Now it's going to be all on Octane. 1 versus 2. I'm sure that was frustrating for Priest. Heals up, re-challenges. Nagafin gets a bit of revenge. and GenG take the 3-on-3.
Yeah, Priestley just gets a bit unlucky there. Slasher rotates on back, puts a cluster in the room. And Priesta thinks it's the player to the right that actually gets taken down, but it's the player to the left. Doesn't check his right corner. A 3 versus 2 ends up being a round loss for 100 Thieves.
So now 3 rounds with numbers that they've dropped. Nagafin, what an interesting thing it's been for him over the past month. The sub and Spacely steps in. GenG have a solid week, but they bring Naga right back in. You feel like there's got to be a lot of pressure on him to perform, considering they're coming off a top 2 finish. But they find themselves in the losers bracket, but they find themselves 1 round away from evening the series. But I don't think the question was the search and destroy, it's the respawns.
Similar round that we just saw, but 100 Thieves isn't going to push through that mid-tunnel just quite yet. Priesta and Kenny still showing a little bit of presence towards that A side. Now it looks like they're going to go right back towards B. Octane almost gets caught from Nagafin, but doesn't re-challenge.
First blood to Naga. Major Maniac follows it up. 100 Thieves falling apart. GenG a chance to close things out here. Enable wide out in the open. Know where he can go. That's going to be bombed down. 5 versus 2. Slasher needs a miracle from this spot. Nagafin once again finds the kill. Octane gets flanked. GenG. It has not been easy for them to get maps against 100 Thieves this year. But there they put 1 up.
You see some frustrations there from Slasher. I think he knows where he's finding a couple of first bloods and they're just not closing out the rounds. As he always said, we're doing the hard part. We're not executing on the easy part. And that's one of those maps I'm sure they're going to go back, rewatch, and try to fix those mistakes.
3 rounds, they have numbers that they drop, and that is the difference in the search and destroy. The GenG have now made it a series, but where they've been smoked has been the hard point, has been the control. They've got to do it here in map 3.
Welcome back to GenG versus 100 Thieves. Series tied up 1-1. Hardpoint goes the way of 100 Thieves. Search and destroy. GenG respond with the win on payload search. But now it's gridlock control. Who's going to take the edge in this series? Hey, Clint, welcome back.
I'm back. I had to run, but I made it back, Joseph.
You did.
It's so far, but here we are. Crowd getting ramped up, giveaways going down. I glanced over at Bravo and saw my pick in LG is down 0-1, so it's not looking good there, Joe.
Yeah, you're a
it's
little...
falling apart, Joe!
You want me to turn this monitor off?
Yes, it's falling apart.
That's it's just map 2, but supposedly Dylan just smoked everyone
Because he's
again.
incredible.
Yeah, no, he's really
That
good.
kid's a freak of nature. But for 100 Thieves, GenG, it's all square. What was it? I think JP told us it was like 8-1 the hard point. It's like 4-2 in the control, something like that.
It was like 3-2 search. I don't know.
3-2 search, 4-2 control, I think it was. So not as dominated, obviously.
There's no way they played more controls than searches.
Oh, was it 4-2 search, 3-2 control? Something like that.
Yeah, I think 3-1.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay, we just got it. So 4-2 search, 3-3 control.
So this one's been back and forth.
That's the one that won the grand final, right? I think it was the... Or was in the winners bracket final? It was like a frequency control. But this time we'll be headed to gridlock. Octane like a little bunny rabbit, trying to stay on the map. Get what vision he can, but the play comes through quickly.
Wow,
Envoy, Havoc, Mox, 3 go down. Enable gets gunned, 4 down, 5 down. Everybody smoked. Now a chance to capture B early for GenG.
I'm actually surprised Envoy doesn't help them hop that right there. I mean, I know boxes is such a strong position. Havoc gets taken down. Nobody on A right now. Not a lot of progress made at B. You get 1 tick at least, but you would think with 5 down, you get a little bit more. The close spawn is there, top street. There's only 3 players here, but Mox is able to find 3. So close now to capturing this B point.
It's contested for now, but can they get it done? GenG looking to make a statement early in this control. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen-in with GenG.
They got me in post. Send me in post.
They don't say that. I couldn't, bro.
Go away, guys. Go away.
Go away. We got 2 ticks.
We got 2 ticks. I'm gonna go mid right away.
You guys play slow.
You guys.
Oh, watch your
win. Ciao. Sliding in.
Nice. Good job. Anyone in A? No.
I think we're good. I'm gonna watch side door.
He's still nooching B. Yo, yeah, we spawned deep. I'll book it deep. Watch the side door.
I have side.
I'm playing. Go
map. I got inside A from there.
Nice job. Nice job. Keep playing kills, guys.
Top. I'm gonna help Cole.
Yo, fire, but cheer.
Top underpass. I hear you.
Yo, ladder, top fire.
Top underpass, what do you
Nice, good trade.
Finesse.
Are there any holes in the setup?
Top weak.
Yo, behind you. Yo, behind you still.
Behind me? In our base then?
Any bottom underpass?
I'm hitting.
Kenny bottom.
On top. Yellow.
Let's go